Hello YouTube family from the Venice Beach Pier in Venice Beach, California. Gorgeous out here today. Might be a little windy, so forgive the noise if it is. But it's no longer hyperbole, folks. It's not deranged thinking from the communist left or from left-wing bias. No, this is what's actually going on in our country in the first 100 days of this felonious, I guess, illegitimate regime, fascist regime. First, they deported people internationally, human trafficked people. They didn't use trains and boxcars this time, they used airplanes. They used modern transportation as opposed to the boxcars from Germany to Poland. Now we're flying people from the US to El Salvador. That happened first. Defying judges, now arresting judges, and arresting political enemies without due cause. Hell, arresting anybody without due cause, especially when you human traffic them across the border to what's essentially a concentration camp. Where have I heard this story before? Come on, folks, wake up. We're not lying to you when we say it's an authoritarian fascist takeover of our government. It's not just that Elon Musk did a salute that he denied was Nazi. It's not just that, you know, Trump's family supposedly was in the Klan. No, this is Project 2025 being lived out in real time, because the Christian nationalists, just like the National Socialist Party in Germany, wanted to take over and defend the fatherland, the Christian nation they believe that they live in, from all of the infidels, people like me, people like you, people like immigrants, people of color that, you know, don't espouse their same religious views, that don't espouse their same political views. Yeah, that's how the Nazis took power, by villainizing everyone else, all the others. Sound familiar? History repeating itself, and those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And MAGAts, you're too stupid to learn anything. You failed probably high school history class, so you didn't even learn about World War II and the rise of Hitler and Nazis to power. This is exactly how it started. In fact, they started with gas vans before they even sent people to concentration camps. They went around and gathered up the disabled, the gypsies, and people they just didn't like, political enemies, and gassed them in a van until they realized, oh, we can do this more as an assembly line, like a manufacturing plant. We can follow Henry Ford's ideas and implement them at the camps around Europe. Yeah, so they started loading them into boxcars and sending them outside of Germany, just like Trump sending them outside of the US. I mean, it's not hyperbole, folks. It's not making some huge leap. It's actually what's going on. Like, wake up. I don't care what side of the fence you're on politically. You can't support Nazism and fascism in America. We fought a world war against it. Both of my grandfathers served in either theater, the Pacific and the European, to defeat Nazism, to defeat the axis of evil. The sad thing is, the axis of evil resides in our White House right now. You don't believe that he's a Russian agent? Fine. You don't have to believe that he's Krasnov or whatever the hell. You don't have to believe that he's Putin's bitch, even though he totally is. Stop, Vladimir. Stop, please. Stop. You're his boy. You're his puppet. But even if you don't believe that, just look at what he's doing in this country. Look at the executive orders he signed right out of the Project 2025 playbook. Look at the mass deportations. Look at the immigration fiasco with ICE. And they haven't even deported a small percentage of what Biden deported, who were illegals, actual illegals, not just people that he didn't like, right? So there's a big difference. But his numbers were way bigger, Biden's were, than Trump's illegal deportation of people that are legal US citizens, or people that were just sent aboard an airplane without due process, that many judges have shut down now, and the Supreme Court even ruled unanimously. So MAGA, where's the rule of law? MAGA, where's the love and the support and the protection of the Constitution that you seem to know so well, that you love, and you're such a patriot that you want to defend it with your life? Yet your man in the Oval Office, the felon with 34 felonies, he's breaking and shredding the Constitution right in your face, and you're cheering him on. Yeah, we don't care if he wants to be a dictator. Are you kidding me? You're not a patriot. Quit lying. Put down the flag, take off the red and white striped clothing, the star-spangled clothing that you all love to wear, and your red Nazi hats, and wake the fuck up. You're not a patriot. You're supporting Nazism, fascism in our country. What's happening right now. And it's not hyperbole. It's not some insane rant that I'm doing here because I'm brainwashed by CNN. I don't watch mainstream media, folks. I just look with my own eyes and see what's going on and judge for myself. The Constitution doesn't allow him to run again. The Constitution doesn't allow him to dictate laws from the Oval Office with executive orders. That's not his job. He's not the legislative. He's not the judicial. He can't send FBI Gestapo, Kash Patel's Gestapo, to arrest judges and lock them up. Again, without due process. That's not his job. His job is to be the executive, to be the administrator, basically the CEO of the country. And you think he's running it like a business? He hasn't kept any of his promises. He hasn't lowered prices on anything. His stupid tariff war has raised prices and crashed the stock market. So what kind of businessman is he really? Yeah, he's running it like a CEO, just like the 7 bankruptcies he had before. Just like the 4 casinos he ran into the ground. Just like the fraudulent university, and he wants to go after Harvard. Give me a break. Y'all are fucking in a cult. Wake up, MAGA. You're in a cult. You're supporting a dictator who thinks that he's Putin or Xi because he respects those guys and looks up to them. But he ain't one of them. He's a spineless crybaby, a fat lard-ass whiner baby in the White House that really, well, we don't have to talk about size, but you know where I'm going with that. He's worried about size. Yeah. If you were raised in a trailer instead of Trump Tower, he'd drive a really big truck with really big tires, if you know what I'm saying. Come on. Don't be idiots. It's a fascist takeover. Congress needs to do their job. SCOTUS needs to do its job and enforce its ruling 9-0 and arrest the dude. Just send the marshals into the White House and handcuff the dude because he's broken the law multiple times, defied multiple court orders at every level, and now he's arresting judges. And he's deported people illegally to concentration camps. Hello? We will not be the generation that people look back on and say, hey, why didn't they resist? Why didn't they stand up and say something? Why didn't they put a stop to it? This is your time, America. Stand up. Wake up. Get active. Put an end to this shit. We the people. We, our government. Take it back.